from the get-go, it was, hey, we're going to be a source of good in the community, and we got the Keystone program that we give away 10% of our profits.
It's such a core value is the philanthropic piece of this, and whether it's Hope Kids or ETS or Whispers of Hope, the Grief Club, basically it's set out that this is something that it's a part of what you do, and everyone has a lot of buy-in and is very excited to do it.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
But from the get-go, it was, hey, we're going to be a source of good in the community, and we got the Keystone program that we give away 10% of our profits.
It's such a core value is the philanthropic piece of this, and whether it's Hope Kids or ETS or Whispers of Hope, the Grief Club, basically it's set out that this is something that it's a part of what you do, and everyone has a lot of buy-in and is very excited to do it.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Back at Dakota Arena for the third game as the tipping point has been reached. 6 out of 12 done here at the Tradition Invitational. Our next game, Lakeville North 3-4, taking on Moorhead. The Spuds are 5-4. In goal for Lakeville North in the black to our left, Van Eigner, 4 games played, 13 goals on 114 shots. Goals against is 4.33. Save percentage is 88.6%. No shutouts. For Moorhead in goal, Kai Weigel on a day he had yesterday, 5-4 on the season, 22 goals on 270 shots, 91.9 save percentage, and a 2.45 goals against average. He has 1 shutout. Moorhead lost to Edina yesterday, but it was not because of their goaltending, that's for sure. Kai Weigel with a spectacular day for the Spuds. Lakeville North coming off a 7-5 loss to Eden Prairie yesterday, so they're trying to right their ship. as Jake Taylor's team is on the sub side of the 500 mark. Jeff Pappas, my name, and I have the call here today as we started off. Sam Nia for Lakeville North playing it now out to center, and here comes Griffin Kranz. He is ridden off, and now Nia plays it in, but from his own side of center ice, so we got an icing call and an immediate stoppage in play. Lakeville North led by Josh Wolf, in scoring with 10 points. And Moorhead led by Aaron Ryerson with 11 goals and 4 assists. We saw his breakaway speed yesterday for the Spuds. Mason Kraft checks in with 12. And now behind the net, it's played around by Hayden Connick to the near wall. Now a centering pass. It comes in front, and it floats on to Eigner, and he will lose possession of the puck. Now fed back behind the Lakeville North goal, fed up the wall, and that is Caden St. John now playing it out to center ice. And Lakeville North with its first rush into the Moorhead zone. It's steered off to the boards, and now Moorhead will come back, and they're changing lines. Here's a shot and a save made by Eigner from Colin Wilson. Now banked off the boards and played to St. John, and now at center it's played on in by Lakeville North's Hayden Connick, and it comes on to the goaltender. So Weigel gets his first touch. First minute gone here. And it's controlled there by Schultz for Lakeville North. Parker Schultz playing on into the zone, and here is Sam Foley taking a shot. Weigel saves, the puck came off him, and it's now loose to the far side corner. A centering pass, Lakeville North coming close there as a rare rebound off the equipment of Weigel. Now played out to center ice, and here comes Moorhead. Joe Corton over the line. Feeds the right, goes back for a return pass, and it whizzes through to the near side instead. Now it comes out of the corner, and Lakeville North working against Brooks Cullen there for, 22 for Moorhead would be Ryerson. And now played down to the near corner, and Joe Corton behind the net. Ryerson wraps it around and puts it right through the crease. Comes to the near side, and Schultz plays it around behind for the Panthers. Pass to the middle, Marcus Jackson lays it out to center ice, and here's Moorhead's Garrett Lindberg, number 4, circling there. And Lindberg from the red line plays it ahead. Mason Kraft, number 19, now played towards the net, and Lakeville North will ride that off for the time being. Now they do play it out to center ice, and Tyler Arneson goes after it, can't reach it. Back in the zone it comes. And it's played ahead by Tanner Nigling into the neutral ice area, comes right back out. Now Moorhead's Colby Cryer over the line, and he will play it off to the left boards. Now behind the net, centering pass for Cryer doesn't connect, and Arneson will lug it down the far wing and out to center ice for Lakeville North. Loose at neutral ice, and it's controlled by Nigling, who will shoot it on in from center. And behind the net, Weigel will set up and will play around to the near side. Now an outlet pass comes out to center, and the Panthers will break that up. They go to the boards, and a rink-wide pass in their zone. Banked off the wall by Nia and out to center ice. Moorhead in control. Cryer feeds over to the near side. And that's going to be picked up there finally by Colin Wilson for Moorhead. Played out to center ice. And now in the center circle, Connick, or the referee's crease, I should say, Connick lost the puck out of play. I'm going to ask to beg your pardon for a moment here. I am trying to keep 8 sets of rosters separate at the same time. There are going to be times when I'll look at a person and I'm going to make a conclusion that is completely inaccurate. So I do beg your pardon for that, but it's a fun event, but that's a lot of memory work in a very short period of time. Over to the near side now, and Luke Benson. Now across to the left, that's picked off, and the Spuds will carry it back over the line, and Colin Baumgartner meets the ice there as he tried to carry it in deep, and now the Panthers will start out. At the red line, it's shot in by Gavin Griffin, a very talented defenseman, certainly able to join the play at any moment, as we saw yesterday. Comes up to center ice, and Benson is ridden down. Puck into the zone, delayed offside coming. And now they tag up, do the Spuds, and now played down the left wing. And here come Lakeville North. A shot and a glove catch made by Weigel. And we'll get a face-off. We have played 3 minutes and 59 seconds. As Griffin Kranz scored a goal yesterday for Lakeville North has 8 points on the season and 6 goals. Took that shot. Here's Josh Wolf on for the faceoff. Against Corton. Now it's played back behind the Moorhead goal. The Spuds will start up the far side. Rink wide pass, and here is Kraft. Now lost it behind the net. Marcus Jackson chips it ahead, and it's going to be held at the right point. Shot by Jack Arnold, who scored a goal yesterday. His first for Moorhead, and now over the line comes Jackson. Now it's going to run free to the corner. It's claimed there by Corton. Fed around to the far boards. 4.5 minutes gone as Wolf blocks an outlet pass. It's lying there along the boards now, and the Spuds get it. Ryerson plays it behind the net, and Lakeville North trying to come off the wall here. It'll go behind the net. Wolf centers it, and it's going to hop. Comes to Jackson in the high slot. Now feeds the near circle. One-timer by Wolf, and he blazed it wide. Now controlled by Ryerson. Plays it to center ice, and Ryerson will carry it in over the line. Ryerson then tried to play it past the defender, Marcus Jackson, and that didn't work out. Was behind the net, and Lakeville North in control. First 5 minutes gone here in the first period. It's banked off the wall and tipped into the neutral ice area. Now right off the bench, player bowled over, and over the line comes Moorhead. This is Brooks Cullen, and he will take it in deep. He's got a man in front, but Jackson blocks the pass intended for Parker Gast. Now it'll wind up behind the goal, and again, Marcus Jackson goes off to his defense partner, Griffin, and now Moorhead trying to center it here, and it's going to wind up running up the wall. Schultz feeds it to center ice, and Drew Thompson for Lakeville North scored his first goal of the season yesterday. Now the Panthers back in over the line, and it is taken wide to the near boards. After it there was Kranz. And now it's going to run behind the net, and the Spuds get control. Songstad. Dalton Songstad's outlet pass is slowed up, but comes out to center anyway, and Gast carries on 2-on-2 over the line. Gast goes wide, tried to throw it in front, and that's broken up. Now the Panthers will play out to center. And in control there is Brooks Cullen, and he shoots it in. And from his own side of center, so that'll be icing with 10:48 to go in the first period. We'll take a face-off to the right of Kai Weigel, who really, as I mentioned, put on a show yesterday. Edina with 33 shots in the game and 30 saves for the Moorhead goaltender, but didn't really tell the whole story. Icing is called, and we'll go back for a face-off in the Lakeville North zone. Many of the saves from Weigel, and I say that because it's factual, were impressive. Let's put it that way. This is, I'm reminded of Casey Stengel, who once said of the Brooklyn Dodgers' Billy Cox, that's not a third baseman, that's an acrobat. And that's some of the things that we saw from Weigel in the game yesterday. Acrobatic goaltender. And now here comes Moorhead over the line. Drop pass up the slot, and it's kicked away to the near side before Cullen Wilson can get to it. Now here's a spin and shoot, and a save made by Eigner as he held the post. And it comes out to center ice as Ryerson had his first good shot. Now it winds up behind the Moorhead goal. Fed up the wall and played out to center ice, where the Panthers will control it through Tanner Nigling, playing it down the near wing, and it runs past Kranz into the corner. And now Kranz will come in for it, and he is tied up. Puck up the near wall with a little less than 10 minutes to go now in the period. And it's picked up by Kranz in deep. He shoots, save Weigel, and he swats the rebound to the corner. Now going to run around behind the goal, and after it for Moorhead is Colby Cryer. Rink wide pass to center ice, Kraft. And it gets past him and comes all the way back into the Lakeville North zone. Nigling behind the goal, comes to the near side, stolen away by Corton. He shoots, and Eigner kept the pad down, and now here's a race for it. And it's controlled by Moorhead's Songstad. Now loose at neutral ice and picked up finally by Ryerson, who rink wides. And the Spuds will play it on in. Going after it is Griffin. Behind the net, hotly pursued by Kraft. Now a pass to the middle, and it winds up getting past everyone. Moorhead unable to keep it in. And now here's a chance as Arneson goes in, and Weigel took it away from him. We have a penalty coming. And the time of the first penalty of the game is 8:06. And it is going to go. Let's see who has been adjudged to be guilty. It's going to go against Moorhead, and it will be Songstad. At the 8:54 mark. Lakeville North power play is 3 for 21 this year. That is 14%. Moorhead's penalty kill, 25 out of 29, or 86.2%. So they, good penalty killing team, always have been. And now it's controlled by Lakeville North, and we'll get the penalty announcement. Hooking is the call on Songstad, and it's played all the way down the ice. And Eigner will set it up there. Now Brunello. Now fed to the near side, and Brunello will carry over the Moorhead line. Brunello shoots it over the top. St. John after the rebound. And he plays it up the slot, and they'll work it around. Once again, Brunello from the circle takes a shot. Save made by Weigel, and the rebound is cleared all the way down the ice. Now Eigner out to play it, and he shortens the distance considerably there as Brunello plays it in. And heading towards the front of the net for Lakeville North was Arneson as he was bowled over. Now it goes all the way down the ice, and Eigner will take it there, waits for the defender, for the forechecker to get onto him, and then slides it off to the boards. Now Lakeville North in control behind the net. They have 50 seconds of power play time remaining, and they'll play it over the line. And a good line rush as they close in. Here's a shot, and Weigel, hugging the post, is able to make the stop on Wolf. And it comes all the way back into the Lakeville North zone. Cleared around on the far side, and again, Josh Wolf. Rink wides, and they'll ring the net one more time. 28 seconds to go in the power play. Carrying on over the line is Kranz for the Panthers, and it's going to be cleared past Wolf and all the way back in. And Eigner is going to have to come out and play this one, and he plays it around the Moorhead defender, Ryerson. And with 10 seconds to go, there's a pickoff at neutral ice, and Corton plays it ahead, but there's no one there as they're changing forwards. On the penalty kill, Moorhead is 5 seconds from killing this off. And now over the line comes Max Moline. He tries to cut to the slot, can't get there, but carrying on is Wolf as Moorhead comes back to full strength. Less than 7 minutes to go in the period. Shots are 5-2 for Lakeville North in the opening period of play. And now Moorhead will start up. Down the near side, it's played on into the zone by Cryer. It'll ring the boards to the far wall. Niggling playing it ahead, and now it's going to come back down along the wall, and Cullen Wilson leaves it. And now a pass, drop pass, intercepted by Foley. Here comes Sam Foley over the line, and he plays it off a defender. But carrying on for Lakeville North is Moline, who takes a shot, and that's deflected over the top. Now to the near side boards, it's going to come loose in front, and it's going to be picked up by the Spuds. They carry to center, but Foley with a nice play there, and then he wound up knocking down the defender on that side, Cullen Wilson. Or is that Lammers? That's Lammers, number 2. He's got a tucked-in jersey there. I apologize for that. Now it's played down deep, and here comes Lakeville North. A shot from a sharp angle, and a save made by Weigel as he hugs the right post. And that will take a face-off as Gavin Griffin came in on him and put a good test on. Usually that's Arneson. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the uniforms here. Again, it's dark red on black, which when you get to be my age can be a little bit daunting. Now played into the right corner. Less than 6 minutes to go in the period. Long breakout pass is going to be tipped back to the wall on the near side, and now Weigel will come out and scoop up a loose puck. Face-off coming with 5:43 to go in the opening period. And this will be Hayden Connick on for the draw. Clean face-off win. Here's a shot and a save made off Nia by Weigel. Now behind the net Spuds will pick it up and carry out to center ice. Here's Alderson. Over the line, Caleb Alderson. That's deflected behind the net. Puck lying there behind the goal, finally claimed by Brunello, and now he's in traffic along the wall. Brunello pokes it ahead. And Alderson trying to hold it, now plays it back to the point, and Songstad swings it around. Now it's controlled by Lakeville North, and they come out with just over 5 minutes left in the period. Bouncing puck past Connick, and it's going to be played back into the Moorhead zone. After it there is Songstad, and he clears up the near side, and is going to wind up right back in the corner. Active forecheck behind the goal now. Songstad having issues, plays it to the circle. It's going to run in front. Weigel out to play it, and he will shoot it himself out to center ice. Picked up now by Alderson, and he's waiting for help off the bench. Good pass, and Ian Ness couldn't handle it cleanly. Now in the left corner, Kranz throws it up the middle. St. John tips it out to center ice, and Moorhead has to retreat. 4:30 to go in the period. It's controlled by Lindberg. Now fed down the near wing, and Gast will play it on in. Here's a chance for the late arriver, and a shot, a save made, and they score on the rebound. As Brooks Cullen came in and took the shot, the rebound is poked home, and Moorhead has grabbed the 1-0 lead. And it's Ian Ness scoring his third goal of the season. Time of the goal is 12 minutes and 40 seconds of the opening period. Face-off controlled by the Panthers, who have had the better of the play for the most part. And it's Cullen and Parker Gass getting assists for Moorhead. The puck shot the length of the ice, and then it'll be icing on Lakeville North. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the opening period. And Moorhead has jumped out on top. Senior Ian Ness scored his 13th career goal for Moorhead just now. Face-off coming, and it is one. Cryer feeds it over to the far side. After it now, Connick along the boards. And Lakeville North playing from behind here, as they did for most of the game against Eden Prairie. And now it's out to center ice, and here comes Lakeville North. Sam Foley playing it in. Weigel will set it up behind the net with 3:40 to go. He puts it on the stick of a Lakeville North forechecker, but it comes out to center anyway. And over the line comes Moorhead. And that is Ness, the goal scorer, against the boards, pinned against the wall, and now it's cleared, and it's played back in offside by Jack Arnold. We'll get a face-off. Arnold scoring his first goal of the season yesterday from the right point. And Moorhead's loss to Edina was the first goal for Moorhead in the game. And now it's played into the Lakeville North end, and Griffin will go behind his net. Puts on the brakes, feeds the left wall, and that's intercepted. Ryerson tries to throw it in front. Nothing doing there, and now Lakeville North will look for open ice. And they still can't get out of the zone first, as Wolf is unable to break the barrier. Now it's played up the wall with just over 3 minutes to go. Closing is Corton. He gets into the middle, and boy, a close chance there as Eigner was screened off, and now Eigner makes a save on a point shot, picked up there by Swanson and played to center ice. Moorhead has to regroup. 2:47 to go. Spud's turning things up a little bit. Here's Lindberg, plays it in deep. Now here's a shot from the wing boards by Mason Kraft that goes wide, and now here's Lakeville North back 2 against 2. Swanson waiting for reinforcements as they're on a change. He'll play it into the zone. That's going to be icing on Lakeville North, as Swanson, as he fell, played it ahead from his own side of center ice. So we'll go back for the face-off with 2:31 left. Delano and Hermantown playing a 3 o'clock game at Hermantown, so that game should be just about over. I'm not seeing a score on that. It is over now, and it's 8-0 for the Hawks. And now over the line, Brunello. He takes a shot, save, and a big rebound left up the slot. And now Moorhead comes out. They wind up with a 2-on-1. They're over the line, a centering pass going in, a shot, they score! Lovely rush for Moorhead, and it's Cullen Wilson. And it's 2-0 for the Spuds. Wilson's first goal. And it comes at 14:45 of the opening period, and it's 2-0 Moorhead. The junior Cullen Wilson has just scored his first varsity goal. That's his first varsity point as well. Abe Carlson getting the assist, and it's 2-0 for Moorhead. They've got 2 goals on 5 shots, and it's played out and down the near wing. Over the line, and they're going to be offside as there's a delay there at the blue line, and Cullen brought the puck in with men trapped. Face-off coming at neutral ice. 1:55 remaining in the period. Rochester Mayo over New Richmond 6-2. Wayzata has defeated Cretin-Derham Hall in overtime 5-4. That game in Maple Grove. The tournament there now it's played rink wide from the face-off, and Griffin for Lakeville North. Plays over to the near side. And a headman pass is picked up there by Connick, and he will play it into the zone. But Cryer's there for Moorhead, and a pass down the left wing, and it's played on into the zone. We're going to get an interference penalty here against Lakeville North. And Gavin Griffin zigged when he should have zagged there, and he's going to take a minor penalty for interference. Tried to hold up the forward on the right side and wound up doing it when he didn't have the puck. So 15:27 is the time. And a power play for Moorhead. They're first, and they are 20% on the power play, 5 out of 25. And Lakeville North has struggled on the penalty kill. They've allowed 6 power play goals and 17 shorthanded situations. That's 64% on the penalty kill. Now Moorhead with 1:20 to go. Interference penalty on Griffin. Now we got a whistle. We're going to get a face-off outside. I think we've got a crease violation there, and we're going to go outside the blue line with 1:18 to go. Moorhead leading 2-0. Goals by Ness and Wilson. And the face-off controlled by the Spuds. And here's Lindbergh playing down the right. And backing up there is Ness, dropping it back to Lindbergh. Now a rink-wide pass to the near side for Kraft. Top of the right circle, now Lindbergh feeds it across, and the Spuds work. Here's a shot. Eigner makes the save. Last minute of play in the period. Now it's centered. It comes right up the slot, and here's Lindbergh. Through traffic, shoots, just missed the net, and the rebound loose at the left edge. Eigner trying to hold the post, and it's going to be picked up by Lakeville North, and they clear it. 45 seconds remaining in the period, 1:07 on the power play. Be a brief carryover to the second period if they don't score here. As Lindbergh hits the line, feeds the right. Here's a shot that hits the outside of the net, and now played past the Moorhead defender Lindbergh and all the way down the ice. 25 seconds to go in the period, and a good one for Moorhead by most standards. Lead it by 2-0. And they start up one more rush here on the power play. And they hit over the line. Ryerson plays it off to the right, and it's poke checked away from Alderson and cleared ahead into the Moorhead zone. And Weigel is out to play it with a stick, and they bring it back in. They're trapped offside, so they have to clear, but the period comes to an end anyway, and that takes care of that. Our score after one period is Moorhead 2, Lakeville North nothing. Moorhead with 6 shots. The period, Lakeville North with 8. And there will be 27 seconds of carryover power play into the second period for Moorhead. We'll take a break and come back with more from the Tradition Invitational here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company. Everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and develop pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company, everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and develop pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company, everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and develop pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company. Everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company. Everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots and Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company, everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is.
We are back at Dakota Arena, ready for the second period. 2-0 Moorhead over the Lakeville North Panthers. Moorhead has a power play for 27 seconds as the second period begins. That is how much time Griffin has remaining on his interference penalty, taken late in the first. Good period for Moorhead as they were outshot 8-6, but still found the way home twice as teams change ends and will attack toward their benches. And Van Eigner will come back in to play goal for Moorhead. And Kai Weigel in the Moorhead goal. 8 out of 8. And saves in the first period, and the second is underway. It's controlled by Moorhead. Now drop back into the zone for Jack Arnold. Up the middle. And that's picked up by Nia, and he will play at the length of the ice for Lakeville North. 14 seconds in. And now Arnold tries the left, and the Spuds running out of time on the power play. Here's Gast closing in. He takes a shot, and he whistles one wide of the cage. Now a centering pass, and Gast tried to tip it. Lakeville North comes back to full strength. Nia in the corner battling Gast for the puck, and it's controlled now by Marcus Jackson. He tries to feed up the wall, and Gast will turn and play it back behind the net. He heads off as Moorhead finishes its change. Now behind the goal, this is Jackson along the right boards having trouble with it, gets to it, and now is forced back. And he'll go behind the net. Now up to the near side, and it's going to be carried to center ice by Lakeville North as Arneson tried to play it ahead. Now Arneson picks it up along the wall, takes a bump, and now puck lying free. Arneson shoots it on in finally, and it's going to be picked up by Weigel behind the goal. And he leaves it there for Moorhead's Garrett Lindberg. Ahead on the left wing, controlled by Moorhead and trying to dance through there, Wyatt Brunello, but they carry in over the line. Here's Brunello feeding the right. Here's a shot, and it's over the top as Weigel came out to challenge on Kranz. Now Kranz after the puck in the right corner. He throws a hit and falls and kind of bounced off the hit there from Colby Cryer. Now behind the Moorhead goal, Spuds play it up the wall, and it comes out to center past Griffin. Loose in the center circle, and now here's Kranz with it, and he will play it in. Go back into the left corner. St. John is after it, and he is smushed into the boards there by Colby Cryer. Now it's loose in front, and the Spuds will claim it. Here's Corton. That's center, trying to lay one ahead, and that's going to be broken up by Griffin, who will take it behind the net and bank it around on the near side boards. Kranz plays to center. Wolf chasing it, and it's going to go back behind the goal where Weigel will reign supreme, and he plays it up the near wall. Here's Nia taking a shot from the wing boards, and it's sticked out of play by Weigel. We'll get a face-off in the Moorhead zone with 14:45 remaining in the second period of this game. Rochester Mayo has defeated New Richmond by a score of 6-2 this afternoon. Dodge County 7, Windham 5. That's the tournament in Rochester. Now from the draw, here's Nia taking a shot, save Weigel, and the puck is cleared off to the far boards, and Moorhead will carry it. Wilson trying to get out of the zone, and now Alderson has to retreat. Songstad over the Lakeville North line. That's broken up and then played back into the Moorhead zone. In control there is Baumgartner behind his net, and he will draw the attention of Sam Foley. Clear to the near side and out to center. Here comes Moorhead. Alderson over the line, threw it across, too far for Wilson. Goes after it, and now at the left point, here's a shot blocked and an opportunity for Lakeville North to counter as they come over the line. Here's a shot, and Weigel out to challenge, and he made the save. Puck comes to the near boards, and here's Moorhead back in over the line. Alderson, and he is forced to turn back. Now it's a bouncing puck played out to center ice, and chasing after it is Garrett Lindberg. Now at center, tipped ahead by Caleb Alderson, and it's going to be icing. On his own side of center ice, we're going to get a face-off back in the Moorhead zone. 3 minutes and 14 seconds gone in the second period. One more game here tonight. St. Thomas Academy and Edina will play the nightcap, and it might be a good crowd here for that game. Things are filling up nicely here at Dakota Arena. Face off to the left of the Moorhead goal. And now in the left corner, Lindberg. Over to the right, and Arnold for Ness. Now over the line, and a decleater there against Brooks Cullen. Now here comes Lakeville North over the line. They will play it in and chase after to the corner. Going behind the net, Arneson fed to the left edge, and now Arneson dropped his stick. Or excuse me, Moline now played and picked off. Here's Arneson firing a shot, save Weigel, and the rebound is cleared. And just as quick as that, Arneson turned defense into instant offense, but Weigel had the answer. 13:04 to go in the period. It's played up the near wall. Now shot back into the Lakeville North zone, deep to the left. Griffin will go behind the net. Nice play there to get it around Parker Gast. And here comes Griffin. Pass to the near side, and Wolf over the line. Griffin shoots, save made by Weigel. Good quick shot by Griffin. And again, the Moorhead goaltender has the answer. Here comes Baumgartner back for Moorhead. He's over the line. He goes behind the net. Comes around the outside. Looks to the left point, and Cryer will play it to the wall. They'll come off the wall. Here's a one-time shot off the heel of Corton's stick. And now it's played towards the blue line and finally out to center. Lakeville North trying to maintain some momentum here as they've had a couple of good shifts. Now played deep into the zone, and Nia will feed it off to the left corner. Griffin had peeled off and headed towards the front of the net, and the wings could not do the job along the boards here as Songstad plays it ahead, and that's dug out by Wolf, and he carries it to center ice and then lost it there. Wolf will backtrack and picked up now by Griffin in the Lakeville North zone. Played over to the right, and now a pass too far for Wolf is going to be tipped on into the Moorhead zone. No icing indicated. Didn't go far enough as Songstad retreats and plays it ahead. That's picked off by Griffin. Feeds it to the right, and Kranz couldn't take it cleanly, and he has to go behind the net with it. Now Songstad on the right, and here comes Moorhead back. Picked up there by Corton, and we get a whistle, and we're going to have a slashing penalty coming up with, let's see, the penalty is going to go against Lakeville North. And it is going to be Hayden Connick going to the penalty box. Time of the penalty is 5 minutes and 29 seconds. First penalty of the second period. Second power play coming for Moorhead. Now Played around behind the net and going after it there. Crans will shoot it all the way down the ice. Now set up by Weigel behind the Moorhead goal. Spuds holding a 2-0 lead that looks fairly good at the moment. Now played to the near side. And over the line comes Ness, plays it around behind the net. And a hit thrown in the corner by Marcus Jackson. But Moorhead keeps possession. Drop to the left point. Lindberg to the circle for Kraft. In front, intercepted and cleared. Now Weigel out to play it as they're trying to catch Lakeville North on that change. Here's a chance and a centering pass. Save made. Rebound is thrown back in front. Nice idea there from Mason Kraft for the Spuds. Now here's Lindberg high on the slot. Fed over to the near side. And we have another penalty coming here, and it's going to go against Lakeville North. They touch the puck, and it's going to be a 2-man advantage for Moorhead. And I think we've got a slash. Let's see. No, it's going to be a high stick. And it's going to go against Sam Nia. And the time of this penalty is going to be, Moorhead's taking its time out now. So we will, going to break time on the penalty is 6 minutes and 29 seconds. So they have got 5-on-3 for 1:01. And then 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. So it's an opportunity for the Spuds to really put some distance between themselves and their opponents. And Lakeville North's Jake Taylor, some instructions for his penalty killers. All three of them. Timeout is over, and now we will go back to live action. Again, 5-on-3 for 1:01 for Moorhead. And for Moorhead, it'll be Ness on the faceoff. Now from the draw, it's picked up by Ness, rings the net, now feeds the left point. Here's Lindberg. Now feeds it across, and there should be some decent opportunities here. Lindberg beside the net, and a shot by Corton winds up going wide. Now Kraft. Lindberg. Back to Kraft. Closing, shooting, scores! Mason Kraft on the power play for Moorhead, and it's 3-0. Third goal of the year for Mason Kraft, and it comes at 6:55. Five-on-3 power play goal, and power play will continue now for another 1:34 for Moorhead. Third goal for Kraft.
Moorhead goal scored on the power play by number 19, Mason Kraft. Assist to number 4, Garrett Lindberg.
Lindberg gets the only assist, and Moorhead will carry over the line. Here's Jack Arnold. Leaves a drop pass. Alderson over to the near side, and Moorhead will work it around. Here's Cullen. Gast threw it across. Comes all the way through to the far circle, and now Lakeville North is able to pick it up, and they will carry to center, and they have an opportunity shorthanded. Closing in, Connick tries to throw it across. Oh, and a good save by Weigel as he came across and took the puck off the stick of Marcus Jackson. Now out at center. Played back into the Moorhead zone, and chasing after it is Cryer. Good shorthanded chance there for Lakeville North. 40 seconds of power play remaining. 9:10 to go in the second period. 3-0 Moorhead, and over the line they come. to the far side. Peeling back is Cullen at the left point. Cullen throws it across to the near side. Gast takes a shot, and that goes wide. The long carom will trickle back out to center ice, and it's chased down by Jack Arnold. 20 seconds of power play left, and Moorhead will try again. Down the near side, Gast tried to throw it in front. That's going to be broken up. And now here's Moorhead back. This is Griffin with a full head of steam. Arneson on his left. Griffin threw it across looking for Wolf and couldn't get it to him. Moorhead controls with 5 seconds of power play remaining. Wolf ties up his man, Brooks Cullen, and they fall in front of the boards on the near side. Lakeville North is back at full strength. Wolf carries on over the line. Penalty coming on Moorhead. And I believe that is going to be Jack Arnold. We'll see. Nope, it's not. It is going to be Alderson instead. Alderson penalized at 8:35 of the second period. Power play number 2 for Lakeville North. And they could use a goal here. Certainly. Now the puck is cleared to the line, held in by Griffin. Closing, shooting. And they went over the top. Holding is the penalty on Alderson, and now Moorhead breaking in, and a chance is knocked over the top of the net as Ryerson broke in, and there you see his good speed now behind the net for Lakeville North. Here's Brunello, and he'll leave it there with 1:38 to go in the power play. 8 minutes left in the second period, and here comes Griffin, and he will get over the line. Griffin leaves it at the right point, and now they'll work in. A centering pass is loose, and now it comes to the near corner where the Panthers will pick it up. They drop to the left point, and here is a shot right on and a save made off the shot from Brunello at center point. Now behind the net, players crashing into each other. St. John goes after it behind the goal for Lakeville North. He has it, he centers it, it's loose. Oh, and a point blank stop. Good one there against Gavin Griffin, and the puck comes all the way back into the zone. Now here comes Moorhead back, and a shot is deflected by Griffin over the glass and out of play off the stick of Ryerson. 7:21 to go in the second period. Moorhead has had only 2 shots on goal in this period. One of them, the power play goal that made it 3-0. Lakeville North has had 8 and so far has nothing past Kai Weigel. Now it's controlled by Brunello behind the net, and he'll leave it there for Griffin. 50 seconds in the power play. Pass to the right, and now here comes Lakeville North over the line. Kranz behind the net, lets his teammate pass through, and now it's Brunello. One-timer by Griffin, a save made, rebound. Kranz on the backhand, takes the shot, and it is stopped by Kai Weigel, and it winds up, I believe, under the defense for the face-off. We'll get a face-off to his left. 6:55 to go, 30 seconds of power play time remaining for Lakeville North. Clean win for them, and now here's Griffin shooting, and that's deflected to the near side boards. 20 seconds left on the power play, and the Spuds pick it up and they clear. Here's for it, and Griffin will go back. He is pursued there by Corton, who will back off him. And Griffin starts out with 7 seconds in the power play. His pass to the right, and over the line comes Lakeville North. Here's a shot and a save made by Weigel. On the shot by Brunello. We'll get a face-off now in the Moorhead zone to the left of the goal. 1 second left in the penalty. 6:25 to go in the second period. 3-0. That's what I'm thinking. And Connick will draw, and Moorhead has lost their centerman. Ryerson will have to step out. Loose in the circle as Moorhead has killed it off, and they're at full strength. Lakeville North 0 for 2 on the power play. Nia shoots. That goes wide. Puck winds up to the right point. Crashing in there is Jackson in more ways than one. Now it's played rink wide and out to center ice. Lakeville North back in their zone. Nia has control, and he plays to the middle and shot on in by Schultz. Karam controlled there by Arnold. Now behind the net, Caleb Alderson. And he will start up. Alderson swings past Foley over the line and out of the wing boards. It's going to be played around behind the net. And it comes to the point. Here's a shot and a save made off of the stick of Arnold. And now here's another chance and a save made by Eigner, and we're going to get a face-off, and Eigner's knocked back into his goal. And we'll get a face-off now in the Lakeville North zone. Now the draw coming to the right of Van Eigner in the Lakeville North goal. Played to the left point, and Cryer now around behind, and Griffin will go there for Lakeville North. He tries to play up the near boards and does. And now knocked back into the zone. And Brunello is knocked off his stroke, and it's played into the zone. Lead pass to the left, looking for Moorhead's Abe Carlson, and that doesn't connect. Playing around behind the goal. Griffin, 5:13 to go, and he flips one very high in the air and all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing, so we'll get a face-off all the way back. Face off to the left of the Lakeville North goal, and it comes out to center ice. Played into the zone, and Arneson couldn't make anything happen. It comes back to the blue line, poked in deep, and we have a delayed offside. Face off with 4:56 remaining. Still one more to go tonight. Number 3 ranked St. Thomas Academy, a 4-1 winner last night. And they will take on the Edina Hornets, who have won 5 in a row and are now at 5-3. And here comes out to center ice, and here's Wolf over the line, left it there, and they're unable to get a shot away. Here comes Moorhead. Gast down the near wing. Gast takes a shot. Eigner with a pad save. Puck comes to the near wall, and the Panthers will claim it. And from the red line, it's shot on into the zone. Going after it is Schultz in the corner, and he throws a hit. Puck around on the far side. Gast along the left wing wall will play it out to center. And now it's picked up by Brooks Cullen. Tried to go back to Gast, and it comes into the zone where it's controlled by Nigling for Lakeville North. Nia in the left corner. Long breakout pass up the middle is tipped to the near wall. And finally Lakeville North will play, but not into the zone. It's picked up there by Moorhead, and they will close along the near wall, and that is Mason Kraft. Moving around, Kraft now shouldered in against the boards by Nia, goes behind the net, and that personal battle continues. And now it's dropped to the high slot area, and here's a shot. Eigner makes the save on Jack Arnold. And we'll get a face-off again in the Lakeville North end. 3:48 to go. Moorhead still has only had 4 shots on goal in this period, but they have expanded their lead, so sometimes it's not how many, it's how. Face off to the right of Van Eigner, and now we're going to get Moorhead's Corton dismissed. And Ryerson will come in and draw the puck down behind the net, and Lakeville North trying to play through the forecheck. Now Griffin feeds the right, and they will start to center ice. Play it on into the zone, and it's going to be picked up there by Connick. He closes in, bats away at it. Goaltender is down, and the puck stays out of the net. And it's played all the way back into the Lakeville North zone, and icing may be indicated. Now finally waved off at the last minute, and Griffin throws a solid shoulder into Aaron Ryerson. Now loose along the boards. Ryerson goes after it behind the net, and finally it's controlled by Gavin Griffin in the left corner for Lakeville North. He plays to the point. It's held in. Here's a shot that floats wide of Eigner's goal off the stick of Songstad. Now the puck cleared, but not out again, and now they come right back in front, and that's Ryerson, and he is finally stripped of the puck at the last moment. And now relayed on out to center. Lakeville North looking for an odd man rush over the line, and they're offside as Swanson brought the puck in with a man in too early. And less than 3 minutes to go now in the period number 2 in a 3-0 game. Now from the draw, Moorhead controls it, and it's Colby Cryer playing it in. They come to the right of the goal, and Jackson throws a hit behind the net, a gentle one. And now Jackson goes to the wall. That one's not quite so gentle as he and Cullen Wilson go to the boards. Now Lakeville North plays it out, and here's a pass to neutral ice, and carrying over the line is Kranz. And he will go to the right corner along with Baumgartner. And now Lakeville North will pick the puck up to St. John. Now played to Kranz. Runs beside the net. Arneson can't get to it, and Moorhead will control. Carlson, a long pass to the left. Here's Cullen Wilson over the line. Carlson cuts for the net. And now it comes loose to the third man, and then finally dribbles wide of the goal as Alderson had to put one on frame. Picked up now at the left point, and with 2 minutes to go, Eigner is going to make a save. And we'll get a stoppage and a face-off as Colby Cryer put one on goal right before heading off on the line change. Now from the draw, controlled in the right corner, Griffin takes his man in against the wall, Parker Gast. And now Moorhead will dig it out. Ness behind the goal. Gast centers it, picked off, and Lakeville North will start back and try to play it through the center circle. Schultz, now Connick follows up and plays it in deep. Songstad behind the goal, and he has some trouble there with Foley loose at the left edge, and Connick throws it up the slot. Now Griffin waiting for it to bounce and settle down, and it's picked up finally by Griffin again as it comes off the Moorhead defense and cleared finally to center ice. Griffin, a couple of half chances there for Lakeville North. Now he backs into his zone with a minute 10 to go and rink wides. Now here's Griffin. Starting up with a minute and 4 seconds to go. Griffin hits the line and he feeds it. Now going to be fed around behind the net for Griffin as he left the puck there momentarily for Foley. Now loose at the right point, picked up, and here's a chance for Moorhead to break down the left wing. And into the zone, Kraft is forced wide, but they carry on. Here's a shot. Eigner save, rebound once and twice, and a couple of good stops by Eigner there as he took away a goal from Ian Ness at the last moment. And we'll get a face-off with 42 seconds to go. And that's Eigner's best work of the game so far. And there is a broken goalie stick there too, which makes it even more impressive. It's hard to play with one that looks like that as Eigner will get a replacement from St. John. .42 seconds to go in the period. Moorhead up 3-0. Cleared around on the far side, and St. John will let the Moorhead player Cryer come back with a puck. Now behind the net, a centering pass off Ryerson, who's got it back now in the near corner. Ryerson looking for Cryer on the far wall. St. John crashes in there, and now collision in that corner, and Lakeville North will clear up the near wall with 18 seconds to play in the period. They can't get out of the zone, though, as Corton holds it along the wall. Now picked up and carried out to center ice by Lakeville North. And Kranz lays it into the right, and here is St. John, and it's offside with 4 seconds to go. We've got a penalty coming here. And it is going to go against Moorhead. Penalty is against Mason Kraft. 4 seconds to go in the period, so 16 minutes and 55 seconds. There's 4.3 seconds to go, so officially It'll go in the book at 16:55, and it's power play number 3 for Lakeville North. Connick on the draw against Caleb Alderson. And that's the end of the period. Hooking is the penalty on Kraft. And that's the end of the second period. And our score after 2 is Moorhead 3, Lakeville North nothing. 11 shots on goal for the Panthers in the second, 2-period total of 19, and Moorhead with a total of 7 shots in that second period for a 2-period total of 13. It'll be a minute 56 of power play for the Panthers as we start the third period. But now, as part of our second intermission, let's check in with Tony Scott with Dr. Michael Bear.
We're with Dr. Michael Bear here at Dakota Arena in Prior Lake. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, fantastic to have you here. You come from a big hockey family. Your dad played college hockey. You and your brothers all played hockey in Edina, and you went to St. Thomas Academy. You're back here in seeing both teams here play today. What's it feel like to have that moment where you're, kind of going back in time?
Yeah, it's awesome. I, growing up, loved playing through the youth hockey program in Edina with my brothers. And then was lucky enough to play at St. Thomas Academy as well. And then since we graduated, love coming back and watching the boys play and get back in with the community.
It's fun to see how good the players, not that they were bad when you and I were playing, not to say I'm the same age as you, but it's amazing how skilled they are today.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We lucked out with some great groups, youth groups, and age groups that we grew up playing with, certainly through the Edina program, and then also with St. Thomas. And we lucked out and had some teams that did pretty well, and it's been fun to see those kids and that group of players go on and some of them keep playing.
I mean, the list that we talked about before you went on air, Ryan Thang and Anders Lee and Jordan Schrader. I mean, the list is a fantastic list of players. Do you have a great team like that at Summit Orthopedics as well?
We certainly do. And what I like about Summit and really what drew me to their program is that it's a team of specialists, people that all do things really well, but together they do the best because they have people who specialize in hand surgery and foot and ankle surgery, and what I do is hip and knee replacement surgery primarily. And so it's a great team. It's a great makeup.
So with the that age, your customer's probably a little bit older than the athletes that you're seeing here on the ice tonight.
Certainly, but with people trying to stay as active as they can, and people like my dad who are 60-something going on 35 and wanting to stay.
Weekend warriors, right?
Yeah, trying to stay as active and keep skating in their Bauer 100s late into their 70s. We're definitely seeing more and more people at an earlier age getting hip and knee surgeries.
Well, that's good to hear. How could somebody find Summit Orthopedics? Where are they going to find you? Where do you clinic out of?
Yeah, so there's 11 locations throughout the Twin Cities. I'm primarily located at Egan Surgery Center, right at 494 by St. Thomas Academy. And I'm over in Plymouth Dean Clinic by Letterman's in the Plymouth Ice Arena there.
Hockey reference there.
Yeah,
like
and then out at Maple Grove Hospital doing clinic and operating as well.
Hockey hotbeds, all of them. Well, thanks for joining us today, Michael.
Yeah, thank you so
Michael
much.
Bear from Summit Orthopedics.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company. Everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company. Everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company. Everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company, everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company, everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
I think a force for good is kind of...
Back at Dakota Arena, Lakeville North has a power play for 1:56 to start the third period, and they trail Moorhead 3-0 in the third game of the day here at Dakota Arena in the Tradition Holiday Invitational. Shots on goal 19-13 for Lakeville North through 2 periods, but it hasn't helped them on the scoreboard. They haven't found a way past Kai Weigel yet, and now it's cleared right away from the faceoff behind the net. And Eigner was not able to completely cut the puck off, and now loose to the wall, and now played behind the net for Griffin for Lakeville North. And they will start out. And here he goes down the left wing. He'll play it on into the zone, and it's going to be batted right back down the ice. 90 seconds in the power play. And now here's Brunello. Brunello will shoot it on into the zone, and it's played around behind the net. Weigel will clear to the near side, and they scramble to hold it in at the point, and now play it down behind the net, golfed around by Arnold, and back into the Lakeville North end. 1:08 to go. Griffin starts back. And a centering pass and a swipe at it by Connick. Blind and backhanded. And it goes all the way down the ice. Griffin. 50 seconds of power play time remaining. Griffin starts up and now feeds the left, gets it back on a return. On the right side for Brunello, and it's over the line. Brunello shoots, Weigel saves, rebound is steered wide. And after it there is Brunello, and then he left it in the circle. And Lakeville North will continue to keep possession. Here's a shot by Kranz that whizzes over the top, and the carom comes all the way back. So Lakeville North will retreat. 20 seconds to go in the power play. And with 15 seconds to go, Griffin starts up. Now he'll weave in the left and play it in on the left wing side behind the net. Moorhead Cryer in the corner. And it's going to be played to the wall. Penalty is over in 2 seconds. Now behind the net, it comes to the left edge, and the puck to Griffin over to the right side on a one-time shot by Brunello. Bounces towards Weigel, and he gets a glove on it and makes the save with 2 minutes and 3 seconds gone here in the third period. So we approach the 6:30 evening hour here. Start at noon tomorrow as well. 4 more games as we bring this event to a close. And now we're going to get a whistle. The face-off, and we've got an interference penalty being assessed. And is going to go against Moorhead. And heading to the penalty box is Brooks Cullen. So another power play for Lakeville North, their 4th. Still trying to find a way to get on the board here against a stubborn Moorhead team with a good goaltender. From the draw, the Spuds clear all the way down the ice. Now behind the net, they pick up the puck, do the Spuds, and Ryerson almost made something happen there as it's played out by Griffin. Now to the near side, and it's controlled over the line. Alderson leaves a drop pass. Here's a shot that goes off the glove of the goaltender and over the top of the net, and a big hit thrown behind the goal by Lindberg. Cleared around on the far side, controlled by Brunello only momentarily, and it's cleared all the way down. And again, Moorhead's going to get there first, and it's picked up there by Ian Ness. That's the kind of thing that will drive a coach bananas. If you're playing on the power play and you get beaten down the ice. And now they want another interference penalty here as Griffin is decked. And it's played on into the zone. St. John now to Connick. Back to St. John. Shot, save, no rebound, and a face-off coming as Connick was there in case there was one. We're going to get a face-off in the Moorhead zone. 1:02 of power play remaining, and now Jake Taylor would like to take a piece out of the referee here as we get back for the face-off. Now behind the net, Moorhead in control. Songstad clears around, and it gets past the defender and all the way back. Griffin will get there first, and he plays it around on the near side. It's Marcus Jackson. Up the wall, and now here's a chance in tight. Eigner makes the stop on Corton. Puck cleared around behind the net, and here's Wolf with it with 40 seconds of power play remaining for Lakeville North. And they will start up on the near side and laid in over the line. Picked up by Griffin, and his shot goes wide. Excuse me. Now Jackson feeds it to the high slot. 27 in the power play. Pass to an open side. The carom will come to the left circle, and now is cleared back out to center ice. Jackson back in, and they're bringing it in offside as Jackson unable to clear the zone in time. We'll get a face-off at neutral ice. 18 seconds of power play remaining. And 13-11 to go in the third period as Moorhead is doing a job here today, trying to get back on the winning track. He won 3 in a row coming into this event before losing last night to Edina. Now Eigner behind the goal for Lakeville North. Now pass over to the left, and play it on into the zone as the penalty comes to an end. So Moorhead has killed off back-to-back penalties here. Now in the left corner, the Spuds will gain possession and clear up the wall past Corton out to center ice. And it's going to be controlled there by Lakeville North. Moline will play it on in, and going after it for Moorhead, Lindbergh plays it back up the wall for Gast, and now out to center. And it's turned back. Loose at neutral. Moline will play it on into the zone, and here's a race for it, and going in and shooting, and unable to find an open side there was St. John, or excuse me, Kranz. Now played back into the right corner, and Moorhead's Lindbergh plays it around behind the net, and the return will go to the far boards. Connick throwing a hit, and now he is in turn knocked against the wall by Lammers, and it comes to center. And Gast for Moorhead will shoot it into the zone. They'll carry him off the edge of the goal, and picked up behind the net by Lammers, who centers it right up the slot, and it's controlled there by Connick finally. Back in the left corner, he goes down, and now it's a four-car pile up there. Puck cleared up the far wall, and the Panthers will get the puck to center ice. It's tipped ahead, and here's Ryan Young trying to get in and can't. Now played to the near side, and now controlled by Moorhead's Aiden Dufall, number 6. It would be 8. That would be Wilson. I beg your pardon. It was Dufall. I need to trust my eyes sometimes. And now here's a drop pass picked off by Swanson, and here comes Lakeville North shooting it on in. And we get a whistle. We're going to get an offside. 11:08 to go, and a 3-0 lead for Moorhead. They played a solid game here today. They've given up shots, but not many of the quality variety. A lot of grade A chances, I guess you can call them. And now here comes Moorhead back. This is Wilson down the near wing, and he'll play it behind the goal. Alderson trying to run onto it, and then he is hitting against the boards. Panthers will gain the puck, but not clear the zone. Now cleared down the wall. Alderson takes a hit there from Griffin. Now loose, and a shot in front, and Eigner is going to make a save. As trying to come in from the sharp angle was Abe Carlson for Moorhead. We'll get a draw in the Panthers' end. 10:45 left. As Lakeville North looks for a spark. Really any kind of a spark at this point. And here they come. Jackson feeding to the right and played in. Now a centering pass is going to run past Connick and come all the way back into the Lakeville North zone. Griffin there. And he will go behind the net. Griffin there watched by Ryerson. Now he's picked up instead by Corton and cleared to center ice where Moorhead will turn with the puck. And Baumgartner's stripped, and it comes back into the zone. After it there is Lindbergh. Now back to the left corner, and Lakeville North trying to get a forecheck going here. And they can't do it as it's picked up by Corton. Rink wide, and the Spuds will play it on out to center ice. It's going to go the length of the ice. And no icing indicated there as Nia goes behind the net, hotly pursued by Kraft. They go to the boards on the far side. And now here comes Lakeville North back again. And it's St. John lugging the puck over the line. St. John will be stopped in the corner. And 5 players in there. Now 6. And it comes out. Finally loose to the circle. And a spin and shoot. And St. John put it wide of the goal. Now loose to the far wall, and Corton for Moorhead will play it ahead, and that will go the length of the ice. And that will be icing against Moorhead as we come up on the halfway point of the third period today in game number 7 of this year's Tradition Invitation. Now from the draw, loose in the circle, and the Spuds will throw it behind the net. Now Lakeville North will claim it there. Loose along the wall. Jackson at the right point shoots, and that goes off his opposite number, Easton Lammers, to the far boards. And now the Spuds play. Griffin will pick it up at center and drop it back to Marcus Jackson. At the red line, Jackson shoots it in, and Weigel cuts it off behind the goal. Now feeds the near side. Lammers on a one-touch pass, and just like that, Moorhead is in transition into attack. Over the line, Hasbargen comes in, and he is dumped. Now controlled by Lakeville North, and down the wing they come. Wolf, he will lug it towards the net, and he will go right over top of Weigel and is going to take a penalty as he took it right to the net, and the referee wasting no time calling a penalty here. And Wolf is protesting, but to no avail. It'll be a penalty against Lakeville North. I assume that's going to be for goaltender interference. 8 minutes and 23 seconds. Faceoff will come all the way back in the Lakeville North zone to the right of Eigner, who has made 11 saves on 14 Moorhead shots in this game. Faceoff to his right. Draw controlled by Lindbergh. Oh, they give him a charging penalty. And I guess I could see that too as Lindbergh feeds it across. Now it's loose in front and cleared by Griffin. So a charging penalty against Wolf. And now here comes Moorhead back. Just over 8 minutes to go in the contest. Loose at neutral ice and played ahead. Now a breakaway, and here comes Arneson in, and he shoots a save made by Weigel to stop the stone-cold breakaway. Now back comes Moorhead, and it's tipped out of the air by Corton and plays it in deep. Griffin for Lakeville North. Now behind the net, and the Spuds will set up. Comes to the near side. And that's Mason Kraft, fed out now to Cryer, and now beside the net they'll work it around, trying to find it in front, and it's poked wide by Cryer, now controlled by Corton. Drops to the right point. Cryer, and then he is stripped of the puck, and Ryan Young will play it all the way down the ice. 45 left in the Moorhead power play. It is their fourth of the game. Each team has had 4. Moorhead had 1 5-on-3 though, which helped them make it 3-0. Played into the Lakeville North zone, and it's picked up now by Marcus Jackson, and now he sends his teammate away, and that's Arneson. He shoots, and Weigel made the save. Didn't know where it was for a minute, but it was right in front of him. And Moorhead now with 20 seconds of power play remaining. Carries it over the line. Brooks Cullen, and that's broken up at the blue line and played down into the corner. Now Jackson takes a hit, and Moorhead trying to find the puck and play it out. Here's Cryer with it. He drops it to center point, and Arnold now takes a shot and a save made by Eigner. We got a face-off. There's 2 seconds remaining in the penalty on Wolf, and 6:39 to play in this contest as Weigel tries to earn his second shutout of the season. Came in with a .245 goals against average, and he stopped all 25 shots he's seen today. Now played behind the net, hustling after it. There's Wilson as Moorhead loses their power play. Lakeville North back to full strength. Jackson behind the net, throws a hit, and the puck runs towards the near wall. Now behind the goal, Brunello draws a double team, plays it ahead anyway. St. John will lift one to center ice. Here's Connick latching onto it. Over the line, tries to split the defense, and he goes down on a thundering shoulder check from Colby Cryer. And now up the near boards it comes, turning with it and playing it back is St. John around behind the net. Now cleared it to the near side boards. And Moorhead's Cullen Wilson will play it out to center ice. Picked up there, Brunello. Now he sends Kranz away. Over the line, he fires. Oh, and he hit the crossbar, and it winds up going out of play. Boy, that was a rising bullet there from Griffin Kranz. 6 goals on the season, leads Lakeville North. And he was denied by the iron there. Face off with 5:49 to go. Now loose in the Moorhead zone. And they spin and shoot, and that winds up going wide of the goal. So we're 5.5 minutes to play. And now it comes to the left edge, and Weigel has to knock the puck away from Schultz as it's cleared all the way back into the Lakeville North zone. Chasing after it is Nia, and he will get there shy of the icing line. And now Nia in the left corner, and he is pushed in against the boards by Corton, and that will stop his momentum. And now behind the net, Ryerson centers it, comes up the slot, controlled by Schultz, and here is Lakeville North coming back. Schultz feeds the center circle, and unable to latch onto it is Foley. Now played deep into the Moorhead zone as Lakeville North gets a change with 5 minutes to go. Now it's played up the boards and out to center ice, and ducking underneath a check there was Ryerson. He puts it in front, and then Jackson ran just enough interference. Puck picked up by Ryerson, and he keeps it somehow as he gets to the boards. Tried to throw it in front, comes around behind the net, and Ryerson still in possession, trying to find Lindbergh at the point, and that didn't work. Now it's going to be played, and now Lindbergh does have it at the point. He takes a shot. It's deflected by Kraft, who was headed right towards the goal, and he put it just wide. Now it comes out to center ice, and Moorhead will backtrack. Lindbergh will pick it up. 4:25 to go now, and a pass down the left wing is going to be broken up at the blue line, and Lakeville North tries to clear. We're going to get a whistle, and we will get a stoppage in play. A face-off in the Lakeville North zone. 4:19 to go. Excuse me, we're going to come all the way back. It's a hand pass, so that will move it back into the Spuds end of the rink. And a good effort here by Moorhead today. They've been solid from the goal outward, and they have a 3-0 lead with just over 4 minutes to play. Kranz along the near corner, takes a sharp angle shot, save Weigel, and the rebound is covered. We'll get a face-off. 4:11 to go. And it will be Tyler Arneson on the face-off for Lakeville North. He does battle with Cullen, and now it's in the corner. St. John goes behind the net. Kranz after it in the corner, and he is taken in against the wall by Arnold. Now the Panthers play it to the front, and a poke there by Weigel kept the puck away from danger. Now into the zone, and Kranz get a whistle, and Moorhead's offside as they come in, so we'll get a stoppage with 3:50 to go. Tomorrow's games here, again, begin at noon. We start with Moorhead and St. Thomas Academy. That's the noon game. The 2:30 game will be Eden Prairie and Chaska. The 5 o'clock game tomorrow is Rogers versus Edina, which should be a good one. Now up the slot, the puck comes, and St. trying to hold it in there, and it's going to be played in deep. Our final game then will be Lakeville North and Prior Lake to finish out this event. Here, Moorhead just 3.5 minutes away from a clean sheet. And now Lakeville North will carry over the line. Young winds and fires, and that's deflected over the glass and out of play by Colby Cryer. We'll get a face-off with 3:16 to play. Lakeville North trying to find a way to goal here. And tomorrow night they play the host team in the last game of this event. Moorhead trying to even its tournament record at 1-1. Now played out to center, and it's played on in by Wilson. Jackson goes after it, feeds behind the net for Griffin, and he can't poke it around Abe Carlson for Moorhead along the wall. Now played back to the right point, and Karam's down in front. And finally, it's cleared by Griffin out to center ice. 2:50 left. Played around in the near boards, and here's Colin Wilson for the Spuds, and he takes a hit in against the boards, and it's going to be controlled by Griffin. And then Griffin lost it in the skates of Carlson. It's had a good active forecheck here. And now the Spuds look center. Here's a shot and a point blank save by Eigner on Wilson. And a pretty good stop there. Now it's played to Griffin, and he knocks it down, takes it behind the net, and then left it. It comes loose in front. It took a bad hop off the boards. It's loose in front of the goal, and Lakeville North manages to steer the puck away from immediate danger, but now here's another shot. Carrying on was Caleb Alderson, and that was blocked. Now a long pass to the right, and St. John goes after it, and it's going to run to the left of the goal. St. John there avoiding the hit on Aiden Dufo with 2:05 to go. Now a centering pass and a shot right on, and Griffin had a good chance there to solve Kai Weigel and couldn't do it. And we'll get a face-off in the Moorhead zone with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Now here's a shot right from the face-off and a save made by Foley. That's the only puck that I could see Weigel's fought today. I don't think he had a good look at it. And now it comes to the near boards. We'll run up the slot, and it's played out by Ryerson. Brunello will go after it for the Panthers. 1:45 left. And now Brunello behind the net feeds it, and Foley plays it out to center ice, and Lakeville North will try again. They loop the puck over the defense, and now it's shot on into the zone. Weigel will make a save, and he will get the stoppage. We'll get a face-off. Face-off will come to the right of Weigel. And now the goaltender is going to come off with 1:31 to go. So Lakeville North will pull the goaltender and play with 6 skaters with 1.5 to go. Now play behind the net. Centering pass, they try to jam the crease there, and it's going to be played all the way down the ice and just wide of the empty net by Mason Kraft. And we'll come back for a draw with 1:22 to go. Here comes the draw. Hayden Connicon against Corton. And Kranz plays to the point. It's going to be picked up and shot all the way down the ice again, and that's another icing. But when you're up 3, why not take the chance, right? 3 goals to the good with 1:16 to go. We'll get a draw to the right of Weigel now. They win the face-off. Here's a shot, and Weigel with a glove catch. And that, oh, now we got pushes and shoves exchanged here as there was now players wrestling in the corner. Songstad for Moorhead has got somebody wrapped up. And there was a coming together there as the puck was trapped. Kranz was one player for Lakeville North, and I believe it's Lindbergh the other for Moorhead, and that is indeed the case. .1546 is the time. And one would assume those would be roughing penalties. We'll wait for the official word, of course, as we'll hear it now. Roughing. They gave Kranz slashing. Puck at neutral ice, and now carried on into the zone by Ryerson. We're in the last minute of the game, and Lakeville North again playing with the goaltender pulled as we have 50 seconds to go now, as Griffin circles there to get rid of Ryerson's check. Now over the line, St. John plays it ahead for Lakeville North, and it's going to be flipped out to center ice. Griffin in control there, and he'll start right back in. Griffin takes the shot. Weigel with a glove catch. And we'll get a face-off with 38 seconds to go here in the third period. And Moorhead is on its way to good form, I guess you could say. They will go to 6-4 on the year. Lakeville North will go to 3-5. We play the last seconds of this game to the near boards, and now it's going to come to the blue line, and it's played back in by Wolf. Played down by Connick, who closes in. Connick then had it poke checked away neatly to the boards with 24 seconds to go. It winds up behind the net, and Moorhead's Jack Arnold plays it around on the boards. A centering pass with 16 seconds to go, and a shot right on, and Weigel will make the save on Connick. We'll get one more face-off here with just a few ticks to go. Moorhead will improve to 6-4. As we mentioned, they get to play St. Thomas Academy tomorrow morning. Early tomorrow afternoon, I guess you could say, the noon start. Now from the draw, it's Griffin carrying it out to center ice. And he's going to turn there to get around Ian Ness. And with 5 seconds to go, he plays it across on the near side. And it's controlled by Marcus Jackson, and that's going to do it. Our final score is a clean sheet for the Moorhead Spuds as they defeat Lakeville North 3-0. And in the third period, Lakeville North with 13 shots for a game total of 32. And Moorhead with only 3, game total of 16, but they win at 3-0. As Moorhead 1 for 4 on the power play, Lakeville North 0 for 4 on the power play. The Panthers drop to 3-5. We'll see them tomorrow night at 7:30 against Prior Lake. And Moorhead at the noon game tomorrow against St. Thomas Academy. We'll be back with our last game of the night, St. Thomas Academy and Edina, due to start at 7:30. That's not a bad guess. We'll see you in a few minutes here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
I think a force for good is kind of just what it sounds like. We wake up every day, go to work, try to do the best we can, but also have in the back of our head that we're going to help people and try to make a difference in people's lives.
While it's important to do things for others, it's how you go about doing that day in and day out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about one team. I don't care who you are in this company. Everybody has an opportunity to make a difference and contribute to the whole piece of the pie of what we're trying to do.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Jack's Cafe has been extending warm hospitality with a focus on great food for almost 100 years. Located in historic Northeast Minneapolis, Jack's has been a great venue for hockey banquets, corporate parties, weddings, and groom's dinners. With private rooms of any size, guests can have that great Jack's experience for 2 or 200. See you at Jack's.
Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every Brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of Brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.